Okay, we should be live. Let me pull this up on my phone real quick. I don't know why it doesn't appear half the time. Live. Why are we not hearing on my phone? There we go. Oh, that was expecting. All right. See if I can check chat. Yep, I can see chat. Chat, wonderful. Okay, so I got some work done, obviously over here. I upgraded this so I could actually see distance for chunks. This is the first chunk away, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. At 10 chunks it dies out. So we have a 10 by 10 grid here. So yeah, I got the rooms laid out. We have a 5 by 5 of rooms. These hallways are exactly the size of a hallway. And then these are 11 sides. So 25 rooms is what we have to deal with. Our first thing, I also got, so the first door is this. This is me combining everything and just getting everything to work together. If you notice something, it's quite massive, it's quite big, the amount of space it takes up is quite large. Then I managed to shrink it down to this. I copied over because I was trying to fix this, but I found a way to do it. Apparently, this is almost, from what I tested, is almost a guarantee that it works. Get it back the way you need it to. Back up there. This one sometimes will land in there. It's not doing it now. Same with this one working. This one has the problem of it has the chance to get stuck. Like that. It's not because I looked in there, it's just it breaks. I don't know why. I don't know why it sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. I found this other design which we have right here. I don't know if it's more or less expensive. Don't really know. And we're using it here. Seems to work well because you're literally powering them all. So this is our thing. Another thing I did was this. We have a potential color palette. The reason I say potential is if we use magma blocks like I want to do this gradient, Ravengers take damage to it, and our plan was Ravengers. But I have come up with another idea for a creature. That is the zombified hoglin. We'll see. I need to raise this up so we aren't at ground floor. I need to set up some points real quick, and now we need to move it. Oh! Hold on, I need to do something. Capture. Wrong button. It should now be visible. Sorry, I forgot that for some reason I need to swap this to be this way. And we're gonna mostly be in this today. At least at the beginning. Why did we unselect the blue? I don't know. There we go. Now press enter. Cut this. We can now move this entire grid up. I don't know why that's at. Let's see. 29, do I think that's high enough? Hopefully. I mean, I can move the entire thing at once now, basically, anyways, so you're fine. Technically, I probably should have had these be filled in so I can get first, but oh well. It's now time to move in the redstone, which I have my 2 points set up. I think I might actually have this saved. I do. Let's get our first one in place. This way. So I'm going to actually do something that I didn't think I was going to do, and that is try and keep... Hold on, let's put this in properly. All of this on one side. I need to move this. Let me go back and see if I can copy that without copying those over. Hold on. Because that's just more work. Come on. Okay. I press enter. I'm going to get out of that mode. Break it. It's up here just in case. Okay. Looks like it allowed me to save it. We'll see. But yeah, if I do this, this down, so this is gonna be a very annoying process to get this perfectly centered in all of these, but I think should be fine. And this is what I mean. It perfectly avoids everything. Powering them is gonna be a fun little thing that I need to do. Pulling their signals to their respective areas will be another fun challenge. We have at Void Void in Ion in chat, and they have typed Z8SZLZZZ. I have you in the background right now. Okay, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, the redstone does perfectly align to fit with all of it in one chunk, which gives me then the extra if I need it for other things. I'm also super confident that I can get this done and add in that in one video, so we'll see. Just need to now paste these, which is gonna be a whole lot of back and forth. I do want to double check that an entire chunk actually does work first before I just start going around doing everything. No reason to assume something without guaranteeing it. Okay, that should be an. Oh, I forgot to spin that round. This way and then that way. Yeah, figuring out this piece, which honestly it's just this lamp, this, this, and that needs it. I can remove this piece. This right now, just holding it in the state it's currently at. It's fine. Yeah, does not look like any redstone is touching, so that's good. I need to figure out plan though. This one, I can have all four back side. Let's get this one in. Let's see if we can get an entire row done real quick. So there's a way to do this, but I don't know. Actually, I'm good enough to figure that out. Here, and just this back and this one beneath us, which is accepting of the height. Oh, but yeah. We'll also try and get all of the walls to the actual proper height. What else do we need? Floors in so I can actually have. For now, we're using temporary blocks, but we'll change those out to be the proper ones. Oh, I'm hoping these don't fill in the wrong spot. Hold up. Because this was supposed to be. I need to change the way I'm doing this so I can keep this open. No, that should be fine. Because I'm putting these on the end here, so that should be left. Okay. It's just for beacon placements for future stuff. Okay. That works. Where did that place it? Where? Perfectly lined up. Other than the fact that I forgot to spin it, which means it's no longer a line. Also, these are 18 blocks long, so they're actually longer than the rooms themselves. It's kind of sucks, but so be it. This one has to actually point inwards so that we can get it to give us the exterior. Over here, especially the exterior is important because it's one of the exits. We want to keep all exterior stuff as empty as possible so we can actually. The original plan was actually to try and make it where there's only one set in each one, but that did not work out. It's also because I thought I couldn't shrink down the redstone any more than I did, but we got it. Um, but yeah, the original plan was to try and minimize how many of these were actually in a single spot. I decided to not do that because, I mean, this is impressive how it fits and just looks amazing around with this mode. Jeez. There we go. This needs to point inward. Yeah. That is. Oh. Yeah, I should have probably double checked the other spot to make sure all of these are actually right. Okay, they are. So, just back to the grind of placing these down. And then we have to connect these with redstone to a on and off button, which for now will be temporary spot. That chunk empty, meaning this is so hard to tell which this is. Down another one. Go back through and check in a second. Not placing how I want to place in the slightest. This actually needs to around. Drag this way and there. And this one also still has to face inwards because rather not have redstone on the exterior. I've made myself only have 8 chunks for these rooms. Another thing, you actually noticed where they landed, I left myself a chunk border just in case something happens. It also lets me have redstone on the exterior without having too many problems. I just need to double check that these are all flush with the floor real quick. They are. From a theoretical standpoint, I should be able to just copy paste this to this place. And I just have to change the color of those two. Let's do that. The thing. Copy. Yep. I think all that right there. See? Work smarter, not harder. And then if I press Command D, there, and I need. Oh, no. Then what? Down one? I missed all the up and down pieces. That is called being a fool. Very, very big. Just gonna give myself more than enough space so I know. That looks like it goes above everything. Try that again. Hopefully this gives me the space again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. See where it's intersecting. It's intersecting there, there, and then is there. Okay. Looks like it's height. Does not appear so. We just now need to add in this last line here, which is an interior facing one, which would be based off of one of these, but considering that it overlaps a lot with this, I think it's just better to probably copy paste brush again. Let's do that. Trying not to get the grass there, so that's what I'm doing. Blocks like that. Okay. This to keeps misclicking. Get out of that mode real quick so I can get rid of 2 temporary blocks. Okay. We have what, 4 more of these to place down? Let's see. Rotate this that way and spot. Okay, so we also have to raise the walls up because right now we don't have that. Or is this in the wrong thing? Yeah. And we should basically have every piece that we need in location with nothing overlapping. These are yes, they are. Okay, let me fix the colors real quick, and then I need to figure out how I'm gonna fix the other stuff because yeah, don't know how I'm gonna do. Oh, these are supposed to stay. Uh, this is placed. Where's an extra? Placed wrong. Are they all? Own this so here as well. This is why you go back and check things. Anywhere else let this happen? Think so. Okay, this should be an easy enough fix, actually, though. Yeah, grab this point here. Far enough down. There. Hopefully this doesn't cross lines with redstone other than anything I can get rid of, which is... It doesn't cross anywhere. Let's try this and fix this real quick. Just enter. I won't be able to see if it's crossing important lines. It doesn't look like it. Cut that, and we want to... 1. And now we have properly spaced. There we go. Check that. Yeah, cool. I need to just do that to the other side real quick. Fix the rest of the coloring of this, and then we can scaffolding blocks as well. Okay, let's get rid of that piece. Also want to get rid of this in a second. Thrilling content right now. It's redstone. Redstone likes to be annoying from time to time. But we have all the doors in. I just need to fix these. So, the game is almost to a quote-unquote working spot. I just need to fix my mistakes I made. And then connect a line to randomize it. And then technically the game's fully running. It's just a random maze that can you find the way out. Which is not the most entertaining. Which is why we have other stuff we have to still add to it. Along with the maze solver, make sure that's actually a solvable maze and I'm not sending people on impossible challenges. Even though that would be funny content. Okay, we need to move this one that way. This. That's supposed to be. Alright, rid of the scaffolding blocks and then fix the last few sections of this that need it. We'll add in the randomizer once we get the colors back to how they're supposed to be in a second. I don't think that should take that long. Fix coloring of that. This just needs to be changed to be red. I think I will use this. Make this one go a lot quicker. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to replace yellow, cyan. Are you messed up too? What is wrong with this? Oh no, the front got overridden. Okay. I was like, what happened here? This is one reason I need to make sure I keep things color-coded, because if not, I'm going to make a mistake, and I will lose my mind. Right now the doors are light gray, and the hallway color's cyan. This is just temporary placeholders to remind me what everything. So let's make sure that there's nowhere else like that. Okay, done it. So starting room would be here. There will be a start button. Do I want to keep the fact that the game is started here? Make this? Probably. We need to pick a building block for what we will use to mark the randomizer. Doors are set up to be on the. Let's do orange wool. Or should I do yellow? Because I guess the question is, what is this more closely related to? Orange or yellow? I'm gonna do orange. My choice. This, and that should be all I need. My end goal is to have. I'll store this. I want to store this information in a specific spot. That's centered. And it's fine. That's. Or do. Because I can't. Now I can center it. Hold on. There you go. Okay. I think that's centered. We'll say it's centered. Okay, this will go out. This will have a redstone line that leads into it. That triggers. Yeah, for now, it's going to be a button. This will have to be upgraded at some point. Okay. This is on the same level as that, which is how I need this. We need to take the redstone value of this. There. This will also technically have more branches that split off for other things. Probably going down if I had to guess. But yeah, this is the main line, and this will be a little annoying to get set up, won't it? We're gonna have the doors randomized almost immediately. I have to unpower. I need to get. It's at the right level. Okay, that goes there. That needs to be this. And have one there, which we need to get power in. Okay, I'm gonna eat that. I guess we should just start breaking things. It's gonna randomize things. Got nothing on that one. Which is hold on. If this is breaking the way I think it's breaking, because if it's breaking the way I think it's breaking, it's an easy fix. If it's breaking a different way, okay, yeah, that's reset, and then the bottom one's reset. Okay, I just need to make sure that this is not powered on the top, otherwise it breaks the entire system. I do need to keep power going. Now I want to pull this way. It's just gonna be one like stuck being randomized. Redstone died off there. Yep, that randomized the doors. I'm gonna go back through at some point and fix it so the doors are all open to start with, so we can run this all at once and see how the entire thing looks at once randomized. But that's the first 4 doors here wired up. We just need to pull this forward through this line, and a lot more to go. Wiring is having to avoid it. Oh, let's not fall off that. We need to avoid all important spots and keep door wire. This is far down as door wiring should go. So we should be fine. This is only a double, which is somehow working out very well for me. Get the redstone pulled over here. That redstone signal? It does. I'm assuming that. I mean, I see it does, but I think it needs. Otherwise, this one's getting randomized. We'll see. At M Chariot Projects, yep. I love this content. Been watching since day one. Yeah, currently we're working on a minigame that is gonna drive me insane. So we need. I need to figure out which way I want to go. This way. I want to avoid as much as I can. Everything I can. Could have probably been one more. Oh well. I'm doing that. I'm moving one more in. That way it also lines up with you. Honestly, this is a redstone line that I could copy paste probably. Had I done this before the other thing, it would already be set up, but oh well. There. There. Please. This is just this wiring scheme again, right? I'm taking it from the end. have it staggered there, and here. Come on. I'll figure out how to zigzag that in a second. That goes there. And now we just get all the wiring in place. It's dying off. We're almost done with this row. There we go. This gets me right in line with everything I need, right? That one and that one. So that will finish off the first set of this, which means we only have 3 more of these to go. Which is gonna be fun to go back through and make sure that these doors are actually fully closed. We have that section that's closed, this section that's closed, and this one that's closed that randomly. We haven't activated all of them, so we don't actually know how this will turn out until then. Okay, so we now need to pull this through to this I do have, how many cores do I have? I need to pull it to this core. We have this core and this core. Okay, we have 4 cores in total that we need to pull to, so should be fine. Where do I pull this one through? Like right here of a nice open gap. So how hard is that? Not hard in the slightest to do. Too far. Okay. I mean, I'll probably continue it. Probably not, because there's a thing blocking my path right there. We'll see. I've got power. It does. So hard to tell what has redstone power and what does not. Like, this definitely has redstone power, but I think I actually need to kind of turn it. Actually, I need to turn it back here so I can do that. This can go stagger, stagger. Missed it by 1. There we go. That one. And there's that one. Which way is the easiest to avoid? This way. That block puts me 1, right? Sorry. This one is completely empty. That one. I need to avoid 4, so we'll go this way. One away from this block. So, head. I think it's this block. Hopefully. Correct. Just this back and forth for a while so we can get all of this into place. And if I was smart, like I said, I would have actually not done the other half right away. I would have copy pasted this over, but oh well. I guess I could run that into it, but oh well. Go this way. I hope that dodging it. Just gotta get to that. There we go. Let's get all this wiring in real quick. I decided to just stop for a random reason for a bit. I'm gonna see if I can still copy paste with Axiom. I think I should be able to. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. If I can. Oh. Let me check the chat. Whoa, this is looking amazing. What kind of minigame will this be? This will be a random maze generator that has... The original plan was Ravengers, but we might be swapping it to Zoglins. or a mix of both. And your goal is to get to one of the 3 exits that will randomly be chosen. And since this is random, there's always literally, if you look at the start, you have a 1 in 4 chance that both ways get blocked off, which means I need a maze solver, which we did last episode. We have a working maze solver to make sure that the thing is actually possible. That's going to be the pain in the butt to build. That's going to have to be rebuilt, because that was made for a 3x3 on a much smaller scale than we have. But yeah, and there will be power-ups that you can get while you go by, and then on other runs, you can use those power-ups. I am thinking of having missions inside of it, so you can willingly, like, you get into a room. One of the rooms I'm thinking of doing is like a dragon-themed room, where you have to look through the dragon's hoard to find a specified item, and then if you find it and deliver it back to the dragon, you will get bonus coins to be able to buy cards or other stuff. Dude, this is so awesome. I'm loving the complexity. How long has it taken to get to this point you are at right now? We can actually check that because it's in statics. Where's my time played? Time played, we're at 9 hours, 0.03. So 9 hours to be able to get this done. And of course, what we're thinking I've done outside of this, but that is all theoretical at that point, and I haven't actually placed blocks to be able to figure out if it worked or not. I need to make sure I got rid of all this, otherwise I will for a very annoyed state. Okay, so we need to grab. Oh, let me make sure that this can be moved. This would get placed in here. Spans those two. That's a maxed out quad. This is a maxed out quad. So if I grab, I just need to know where I need to grab from so I can put this in. Oh, that will be the connecting line, and then we need the ending line, which is over here. Hopefully. Okay. I'm just going to leave the scaffolding. Yep, the thinking behind this has got to be like an extra 9 hours, lol, for something this intricate. The sad part is this isn't even that intricate. Like, if you look at the some other games that people have made, like Decked Out, which is the inspiration behind this one, so much more complex. Oh, I grabbed from the wrong spot. I don't need that. The actual grab. But yeah. That's a lot more complex. One of my limiting factors is, though, I am trying to keep it to a single chunk load area and not have to use chunk loaders. If I said, you know what, I don't care about chunk loaders because this will be on a personal world or something, then I could make this a lot bigger. But because I want to make it so that this can be on a server if I ever have anything there. Please tell me that copied. It did. Yeah. It needs to be able to run across multiple types based off of rules. I don't have a height, is the fun part now. I need to use this to scoot over here and check that it collides first with this in terms of height. Now it does. You over. Here. You forward. And now I just need to find a spot in which you line up. I get out of this mode. Build this scaffolding right here. That seems tighter than... Is that how it was over here? It is. I'm confused about his... Okay, I see how this is. I got it. I want to move this over there, and then we want to move this back. Pave yourself. There. That should be now where I just need to connect it up and everything works. I'm flying through this to double, triple check because I do not trust anything. Good, good. That's good. Don't need that. Okay. Oh, you don't have a... Hold up. Is that the same way over here, or did I just... It is. This is why you check things. This is why you check things. Because I somehow completely missed a spot. I now need to go over here and do that real quick. Which I think my torch is burning out. Yeah, I'll have to go back through and reset doors. Whatever. And then this should be over here. Rid of that. Oh, something didn't line up properly here. Because we have them now on the interior. So this is where the copy thing actually kind of came in and messed me up. Can I replace this quickly enough that it does not... It broke it. Okay. Yeah, this is an example of where I made a mistake with copy pasting, but it should be an easy enough fix. That just needs to go there. This needs to be there. Connect it with redstone on computer just so I don't deal with that. That there, and then just keep going along and refixing repeaters until... Look, it's getting closer each time. That's a one gap. Here we go. Okay, double check these. Yep, we have another one here that we need to connect real quick. This isn't that I missed it, or this wouldn't be this one, it would be this one. It's just that they were facing the other way. So these didn't exist for this. Just a little oversight that I had. This is another good example of one of those. I'm gonna change this slightly from how currently up. That. So this one just completely went through redstone of this one. I need to check these then. Make sure these aren't messed up in a second. Okay, this needs to be this. This needs to be this. That needs to get... This section is just gonna get completely removed and upgraded. This can just go straight into there. That. And that can just go in there. Please have enough power to get to. There we go. Okay, I need to double check all of this. Right now we're probably gonna do a lot of double checking because I want to make sure that nothing is actually broken. Recheck all of these. On that side. So we just need to worry about 3 sides for this one. Like this. Didn't see it, that would cause me a problem. Didn't see this one, that would cause me a problem. Those doors never would have rolled, and I would not have known why for probably a while. This side looks like it's proper. I now need to go to the other side and check this. This should have 4 sets, right? 4, correct. This one only should have 2, correct. This one should have 4. Yep. And this should be 3. Okay. This one's only got 1. That's only got 2. Got 2. Here. All look good. Good. Are. This is why I go back and check. Okay, everything looks good. I need to now fix these doors that are actually up real quick. That includes the small doors. This one needs a full reset. So, Give me a block of redstone because it's easy. So to roll this one, we click it here, and then to roll this set, we roll it here. Why did you not go down? Hold on, give it a second for these. These sometimes behave weirdly. There we go. Which, whatever. They break half the time in a weird way, but fix themselves with another pulse. The big doors that if they break, I'm annoyed. The big doors, when they break, I hate redstone with a very burning passion. Because they are not fun to problem solve. These might just need where the pulse lasts a little bit. Yeah, it just needs a little bit longer lasting pulse. This one, main door. We'll go to that section in a second, but we're double checking this row. Have the top one and the side ones that need to get fixed. This is only the side ones that need to be fixed. This is both. This one is. So, from a theoretical standpoint, this is a possible configuration someone can get. If they get super lucky and get all the 50s to land on open door. We need to now test this by clicking the button, which... This means game is on, which means I think trying to get... No. Hold on. If I click the button, it rolls it. So I actually need this to get an inversion. You gotta be kidding me. This actually needs an inverter because I want light on to mean that it is that, which means light off means the game is off, but that needs to keep a redstone pulse. But it also needs to... Hold on. This is where my brain needs to actually fully take a minute and think. Because the redstone light needs to stay on. Which means I was going to feed this into a thing, but I actually need this inverter after I do the thing to be a tick. Which means I need to break this. I need this to be this. I need this to be sticky piston. That, give me this. And I think if I do that, it should work. I'm gonna disconnect the line here and get rid of that. So this should turn it off for a bit, right? Right back to being on. This is always the fun part. I don't know if that was a quick enough pulse to make it where it won't break. Okay, I want a longer pulse, which means I want to make a basic pulse extender, kind of. When I say basic is I'm literally just using repeaters. Okay. So that should now stay off for a lot longer. Forget that these kind of work. Oh, it didn't. I put you. Oh. Hold up. This is literally just gonna be a test where I have to kind of... If I want this to last longer, I need heaters to last longer. Which I'm not gonna go through and do that. We're just gonna have to hope that... Yeah, literally I just have to do a test run and this is gonna... Nope, I think it just all fired, didn't it? So, you remember how I said there's a 1 in 25% chance that the front would be impossible to escape? Yeah, I mean, not 1 in 25, a 1 in 4? Yeah, we roll that instantly. It's actually probably higher. You have two possibilities that block it. It might be a lot higher than a. It might literally be a 50-50 that you can't escape this. I'm gonna be honest, because you have two sets that do that, and you add those together. Yeah, it's a one in, which makes me want to make these slightly more rare. I might go around and make these more rare. The entire point of these is that if you have jump boost, you can hopefully get a like. Let's say that was open. Let's say this was open. You could use jump boost here, jump boost here, jump boost here, jump boost here. You see that's blocked. Go back, go back, go through here. This is yeah, and then there's this would at least be a possibility, and that door would be considered probably a possibility since you can get to it. If this didn't happen the way it did. Let's just roll this a few times and see if we can get, because theoretically a test would be to see if I can get every door type to actually open or close. I need to make sure I actually stay within the bounding chunk, otherwise I might unload stuff that I don't want. Yeah, the doors over here aren't going up or down, which is a little concerning. Um, Granted, that was also me just not turning actually fully. I need to. Oh wait, did I ever connect this? Hey, I wonder why the other half of the arena is not working. If you're wondering how the rest of the lines aren't, it's because I copy pasted it from Axiom, and Axiom does that. So that will probably run a roll. Second. This is why you test things and don't just keep blindly going. Because things will break if you do. There we go. From this, I think I am going to make these small ones a whole lot more rare, which is going to be so fun to go through and add in a block to their roller. I'm going to probably add 2 single item blocks. Right now, on Flesh, I'll probably add bones and string. Maybe cod. It's maybe easy to get 1 items. Making these a 1 in 4 chance, hopefully lowering that probability of these all closing off. Like right now, that's impossible to get to. This is impossible to get to. And that's impossible to get to. So that's a fun little thing. But that doesn't do the roll. Shove your way through here. That's a blocked off area, and that's blocked off almost. Jeez. How many times will I have to roll to make these actually possible? Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna go do that real quick. We're gonna add stuff to these because I don't want to have to try and not worry about that later. So we're just doing it. Yeah, stack of these. We're not putting the entire stack in. We're just grabbing a stack so I can do this and this. So that's 1. We're gonna do this piece by piece. That's the easiest. 2. That's our 3rd. This also does mean that's more rare for it to go down. That 4? I still have done all of those, which means I'm now gonna do all of these. Okay. This one's what's here. I have to look at how many always I haven't figured out if I placed all of these in. Where's yours? Here? Cool. So yeah, and if it keeps becoming where it's slowly becoming less and less, I feel like it still is not to a reasonable extent. Like right now, it's one of the problems is cannot easily reset these. I literally have to go in by hand and reset every door that's up if I want to do a fresh set. But it will. Yeah, that gets me to this row, which means that we're now onto these. Here's is here. Sorry for the slow, tedious work, but we have to make sure that things actually run. Where? That one, or that one, which means now getting lost is a very big part of this. I want to. No point in making a game that the thing has to roll 1,000 times before a game can actually be picked. Just makes it boring. Because then that increases wait time. And I would rather not have a year of wait time for these. That makes, I think, sense. We're now onto these. Yeah, if I have to, I'll keep working on the probabilities of doors activating. This is honestly an easy fix, as you can tell. It's just a very tedious, mind-numbing thing to go do, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? This is part of that is fixing probabilities. Every game has this feature of probability that needs to be fixed. Okay, on to these sections, which means that we're doing the doors going this way. We're almost halfway there. Almost. I believe we're now halfway done, which means that there should be 40 of these doors, which is so many. I cannot wait to see what my like. I want to see what the material list of this is once we're actually like fully done with it. I have a feeling I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like this is gonna be massive, isn't it? We're not even done with most of the redstone. Like I still need to get the logic in that says, "Oh, this is not physically possible to be done. Don't give somebody this map." Which is the next thing we're doing, which is below that line there. The problem is, how badly do I think that is? This is also just me being stupid and not being good at probabilities that is making it where I have to go in and fix this. Alright, so 1 in 25 chance. Yeah, for each of the individual door types. Add those together and you get your actual real probability, which is 50% of the time that door will be closed. Which is not a good probability to be able to leave the spawn, let alone mix in all the other probabilities, and I have probably around a 50% chance that you could actually escape that room, which is horrendous, but so be it. Yeah, I can make each of these door types have their own probability. They want certain areas to be harder to get to, like the dragon room could have harder entrance rates. I just make it have its unique stuff here. Or somewhere I want to be more common, like I think I want a lava bridge cross area. I can make it higher probability for those doors to be open. Right? It also makes it where it's higher probability closes, but you know, it is what it is. I think 50-50 is the highest I can make it probable that it opens or closes between rounds. And then I can increase the probability of it swapping, not staying open or closed, just the fact that I can swap by adding more items. The highest I can make it is a what, 2, 9? No, an 8 and 9. What am I talking about? Again, I'm bad with probability apparently. One more doors. So this should make it where it's a lot easier to get through, I hope. And any that are up is going to be that much harder for it to actually close. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. I now need to double check that there's actually 40 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay. Now, when we roll this, the small doors should be a whole lot more rare to move. Okay. Instantly you'd have to go this way, and you're instantly blocked. Okay. This is where I kind of just need to create the solver to see if it's possible to have the map playable. Okay. What color do I want to make the maze solver? What color? You know what? I love light blue. Let's do some light blue. I also love cyan, but I think light blue is gonna be just nicer to see redstone on. This, we need this, we need this, we need with light blue. I don't think I need these, but let's go double check our redstone. This horrendous masterpiece. Yeah. So I need to. What I care about is the doors. I want a 2-block gap below every door. And then, is that centered? That is centered. I'm literally just going to create hallways. Okay. So I have to place a lot of blocks. This is a lot more blocks than I thought. I thought we'd done with this row already. Apparently not. We need one all the way to the end here. Alrighty. Good news, I can copy paste this over when I get to the next piece. And I do mean I can copy paste the entire thing over. I just need to get to the center of that room. I want these perfectly centered. I'm sorry, OCD is just a thing for me. Yes. Wow. Okay. Don't need any information from that. I do need to get all of these, which means I need to get every centerpiece of this. I think once I have that, I can actually do it a little simpler. Hold on. What I care about is this. I'm gonna have a clicking bug in a second. Yay! When I leave this menu, I will show you. I will have a clicking bug. So that. Let's do that. So that as such. That's not what I do. This way. It's too far. Not mistaken. I'm gonna have a clicking bug. I don't. Sometimes when you left click Well, in that menu, you'll come back out of it and have a glitch that just keeps you clicking, and I'm just not in the mood. I need from here to the other spot. Okay. Grab this, grab this. See? And then we just head to the front. That's where we do everything from. And we'll get one line set up, and then we'll copy paste it. Oh, I forgot how much. Right there, it should be. I don't know why it's not centering it like it usually does. Like it just wants to make my life awful from time to time. Or time, I think. Few more times. Okay. Yeah, not centering it, just deciding that it's gonna do it how it was. And this should not be interfering with any of the previous redstone because it's on its own separate level. I'm just gonna place a line. I'm just placing a line. Because otherwise I have to break all of the extrusion parts. And I think placing a line is gonna be a lot quicker. As long as I don't make mistakes like that. Like, do I not have an in? I do have an in. Alrighty. We have that now. Honestly, this piece isn't required, but it kind of is. It's the input for saying that. Right, it always needs to be reading. So it doesn't. It's not even a turn on or turn off. It's just always be reading if a game is possible. Which could be a fun thing to make it where the map is swapping as you're going through it. That could be a future thing that gets added. Which makes it where then you don't even have to worry about if the maze is possible. You just have to hope that luck is on your side. Like I said, that's going to be a future thing if I do that. But yeah. At every crossroads, we need to do... I should have made that a lot bigger than 2 blocks, is all I'm going to say. Maybe I should put the redstone on here before I done copy pasting. You know, I hadn't thought about that. Okay. Whenever we get underneath these, is where I will say that I know I need piston. It is the way I did it, right? I didn't do it a different way. No, I have it. Yeah, I have it going in and then, okay. That one was facing the other way. I'm right now doing the runner line. So we need to do this. I'm gonna have to go back through and actually add more repeaters, but I know for a fact I'm doing it so that every room has that. That's another thing I forgot to do. This is so that if I am in survival, I can actually debug it and not have to try and figure out how I'm getting through a tiny 1 block gap. I do believe I at some point plan on building this in survival, and I would rather not have to be worried about my redstone breaking every time I want to fix something. This is future-proofing. We will get almost end. This fires off in 2 directions. I need to figure out which direction this will send information. Hold on, I'm curious about something. I'm just curious about something. Did I do this in a very stupid way? Did I do this in a very stupid way? I am pulling green information. only up there. I think I cut this line off, is what I did, right? And that line got cut off, and so did this line. The green, I only need that. Yellow, I am pulling information from up top. But I'm also pretty sure I'm pulling information from down below. So, I'm curious if you can see how there's an optimization route here that I somehow missed when I was building the simple one. This is why you take breaks. This is why you take breaks. Just remember, this is why you take breaks. Just like if I was smart right earlier, I would have done this in one fell swoop. This needs to just be constantly lit. Like, I'm pretty sure that's gonna... There's no way this works out. Well, for stars, this is why you check things. Heh. I'm not stupid. I'm intelligent because I found a mistake while being stupid. There's no way that works out. I did not do that on purpose. Nice. You have to admit, that's pretty impressive that that works. So this then has to go these directions. Get under here, that becomes a block. I'm putting these... Honestly, that's probably how those should be. I'm plan on copy pasting it, so... You might be asking why. Let me see. This right here is the line that tells that it needs to be on. Because if that's up, then that needs to say that's blocked. So instead of having to cross multiple lines by going up and down and wasting and going crazy, let's do it this way. I'm gonna fix that right now so I don't later. And I need to make sure I keep doing that. Like, there's certain spots I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably then forget this. This one is pointing inside. So I actually probably cannot copy paste this like I thought I would. Meaning we're placing a lot of redstone lines. Have fun. I'll go place that in a second. I see that I missed it. Presumably it's inside. It is. Because I try to not put any redstone on the outside. I wanted to break. And now we have... Good news, I can just copy paste this in it when I'm done. And then I can just worry about getting everything else in place. This needs to fire this direction, and then... I mean, I'm gonna have it this way, so... Honestly, I'm gonna try and keep this facing the same direction, so I don't go crazy. Like, what am I trying to do? Yeah, it was this. Okay. We now have... a whole lot more lines to still do. This one needs to face this direction. And we just keep placing blocks, and this needs to go that direction. This needs to be connected with redstone. Here, this needs to be block. Which side is it on? This side? So yeah, the plan is to have this one go that direction, and then the one that below it go that direction. Run a check that both cases work out, and then we know that it is solvable. This looks like spaghetti on the map. Whoa. That's actually cool looking. Like, look at that and tell me that's not cool. Okay, where was I? I got distracted. I'm like a cat. I get distracted apparently way too easily. Right? Cats get distracted super easily, or am I wrong about that? I feel like that's true. I don't know. Okay. This will require a door segment. And if for some reason I didn't want one of these doors to work, I would still do this trick of having a block there instead of a repeater, just so that my brain could remember that this is in fact a hallway. It just would be where it just never activates. Good news, we're almost done with about half of it, I think. I think this one is inwards. Yeah. Good news. I do think we can finish my goal of connecting this up. Like I said, I don't know how easy it is connected to a reroll machine. Because I've never tried making one of those before, and I kind of need to think how I'm going to even try and attempt that. I think it's this way. So that's going to be a fun little thing to think about. Let's get some signal from there, and then... I'll reconnect that in a second. This goes that direction. Where is it? Right here? That's further back than I wanted to. That side. Oh, that is not a piston. Okay. This is tedious, but it is the logic that is required, and I'm so glad I'm not doing this on the fly, and I have a working one. So 3 more of these to do. How hard is it? Let me try something. I might have that glitch thing. Second. All I need is to then go back and fix the placement of... That's the things. The problem's gonna be that. Might actually be better to do it from the other side. Okay, let me try that real quick. Let me try placing it from this side. Remember how I said this was made to just troll me? I think that proves my point way too well. Okay, that should get all of those in, which means that the only ones I'll have left to do will be those, but I'll do that in a second. I'm going to get these programmed to handle this, which requires this side. I don't... Yeah, I'm not going to have the thing in place to be able to pull information from the top, because I don't need... When I rotate it, I think that's going to mess it up. So we're going to do that afterwards, which won't drive me completely insane. Good news, we have now the capability of randomly testing 100 functions easily. That's what these kind of are. A bunch of functions that need to get tested. Oh, it's gonna drive me insane going under here because I can't position myself properly right now. Am I properly? Nope, still not properly positioned. Spot. There we go. It's right spot, or is it the other side? Other side. This is also an easy fix, at least. Oh, wait. When I rotate this, these are going to be the wrong side, aren't they? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Pistons are actually just wasting my time right now. I'm going to have to rotate them on the other side. Oh, that's terrifying. Don't break my redstone. Assuming. And all of these are interiors. There. This one's here. There. And there. This now means we have the other side we need to do. These ways. Should be... I'm going to change the way I'm copy-pasting this then. I'm going to grab this tool, go from here, and then I'm going to be copy-pasting these in. I will move those around because, like I said, I'm pretty confident I'm going to have to move them anyways for the other sides. So this will just be worth my time. That side we have... Right, we're going to this one. Place this all the way over there. I want this over there. That is going to need to get fixed. Should be quicker than... Okay. And then next one here, we need a bit. And the final one is right here. And we have to go back through and fix, like I said, all of this, but that'll be it. Okay. Those definitely need to get fixed. I'm gonna start from the front forward. We have that row working. This row is the one that needs to be fixed. Like I said, this is actually not there on that side. Same with this one, if I had to take a guess. I wasn't even sure. I was just so confident I started breaking it. Which means if I was wrong, I was going to have to replace it. This one too. This is so to do. Okay, that's on the right side. That's proper. That's proper. And that's proper. This one is this side. And I think that goes across the entire thing, which means that one needs to get fixed as well. Come on, get. Ooh. Two. Yep. Huh! Alrighty. Alrighty. That's something. That is something. Okay, we gotta fix these sides real quick. And then we can mirror it, and then I'll work on connecting the redstone. But do I have to go through and fix crossroads? That's gonna be annoying. So every spot that there's a crossroads, probably have to check. Front one should be fine. It's more so in sense that will. That's working. Edges then? That I already messed with. Don't belong there. Inside. Yep, that needs to get fixed. That needs to get fixed. Fixed. Front's fine because I've done that one. Just want to double check this front piece over here. Sure, and then we can copy paste down and have most of this working. Guess I want to check this side real quick. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I just need to copy paste this so that things line up how I expect things to line up. Which means I want to copy paste from this core all the way over to the other core. Okay, copy that. It's gonna be real fun to do. I first need to rotate this 180. Drop that down there, and now I just need to move this until it's in line. Okay, and then we want, that gives me one block, and that gives me 2 block gap. Right, down into here. Yes. Okay. I don't need to just add in. How do I have it over here? Hold on. It's a path with a redstone block. Literally, that's how it needs to just be. I was originally connecting this to the startup thing and everything. Um, it straight makes no difference if it just needs to know if the thing's actually a possible map if not or not. So, yeah. Oh, I remember what that's for. Let's add that back real quick. That's kind of important. Okay. I should maybe label these up. Nah. Alrighty. I need is to first make sure I have enough power coming out of that. Cool. Next, I need to go to these corner ones and pull from them. I'll probably change the direction that these repeaters are facing. In reality, I think I don't need checks from these. I think I'm just going to have them still just in case, though. Instead of actually facing this way, just so I keep my flow going. Okay. So, green, we just need to know that we have a signal coming out of it. This needs to stay within. Furthest I want to go is here. Um, need to know green works. I now need a thing to compare these. Well, not compare, but add them together. I mean, not add. An OR. So I want this to start going this way. This will go this way, and then start stepping down. You might be asking why I've done it this way. Well, if we have a redstone signal from one section, it still works. If we have a redstone signal from the other, it still works. If we have a redstone signal from both, it works. But if both are off, it means that the thing has no way to get to it, and therefore is not a valid solution. So I actually do think I need both because I want to be able to say, oh, this is a valid solution. I actually should probably color code this to be the color. I'm going to do this on red line, and we also need After this point, it's red, the orange. That gives me that. I now need to go get the red one. I have that. I just need that for the red. And then this one I need to do the comparison. So both things are like this. That drops down, there, and this was what? Oh, there's that, and we have our yellow line. We now need to move these over to a decoder that has this. Green is not as complex as that is. These are also not as complex as what it looks like. We already have this and this. Red is only one line at this point, so that's that. And we just need to get all three outputs to be in one area to take their value. So the question is, do I want to try and run it here, or do I want to throw it under there? Like, if I go this way, and I pull all the lines to be in a row here, I do still have plenty of space. And all that really needs to be done is this needs to... The closer this is to this, the easier it is to get the signal, I think, back to where I need it to be. Because if this is ever false, it needs to say that you should not be going in. So... You're back. Okay. So we want to get our triple AND gate be right here. This needs to take values from all three. By the way, getting the yellow to here is going to be a fun little challenge, but, you know, if I do it the other way, we'll figure it out. I need to pull the wires, and I'm going to try and make this... Yeah, that's pretty tight. So we got that going good. Come on. I seriously forget how long this is. Okay, we have yellow, which is going to be a fun little pain to do. Redstone's power to it? It does. Maybe I can do that after... Oh, power? No. That look like it. Yeah, after each of those, I can put a repeater. That's got power, though. Now we're stuck over here, so it's going to move forward. Unless I just want to keep the pattern going, which I do. Do that. Almost to the start. Obviously, the easiest wire to get there is going to be red and green, because they're right there. The hardest ones are the ones we're currently doing. Yellow and the red. We have that. I need to grab my values for orange. I'm just so long for the time being, I guess. Come on. This, so they have it that way. Start my signal from over here so I can maximize placement of these. Not even maximize, just place it in the pattern because why not? Nice redstone is nice redstone. Should be close to being able to actually have this working. After this, you could technically play this. It would be boring. Could play this. I think that will leave signal be. Very weak signal there, but I'm gonna stick this there. Now comes the fun one. We have to get red over, which will be moving forward. I'm gonna already start by doing that, just so that I have that much more efficiency. Now we're just gonna create the wire. Now there's a way to increase how fast I place blocks. I don't remember how. I was so zoned out. I was like, why is the grass blue? Seeing this, like, in my peripheral blurred oh. Ah, no, I can. I just need a put repeater. Okay, so that's a mandatory repeater spot. Yeah. That's just how bored out of my mind I am right now. I thought this is boring, it's just I'm losing my mind. We're so close. Rather than I need to figure out the reroll part, which is going to be a very fun challenge. Okay, we now just get redstone set up there. There's this repeater, so don't forget. Otherwise, I will have very weird redstone signals that I don't understand why it's breaking. Let's work with my pattern. It does. Yeah, this is going to take I want to say another minute of redstone placing, and then we get to the fun part of I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So we're about to hit a very interesting spot of I will be in a struggle again. We have yet to do this part of it. I'm sure will be fun for you guys. For me, I'll be going crazy the entire time until I hit it just right and make... This needs to be there, this, then this, which then we will have our system again. Please, somebody can do it. Somebody can do it. Yes! So nice, that is so nice. I love that. It looks so cool. That is... These? Okay. You don't understand why this is cool. It keeps them staggered at the same rate. I think looks amazing. And so is just how clean the redstone lines are. And how efficient they are. These are extraordinarily efficient. I say so. Okay. So, good news is we have all this interior space. We can add other stuff if we ever need something. Like, it might just straight up be easy to put my beacon layer here. We'll see. I need to figure out how I'm going to do these wires without having wire crossing. Like, right now, this is in the wrong spot. How hard is it to get this to jump? Like, if I do... I don't want to do this, but I kind of got to do this. Also, that should probably be green, so I can keep track of what I actually fully do. Kind of done with light blue. Doesn't interfere. Meaning that I can have yellow feed into this. Orange feed into that. Red is there. As I was done with this, just decode. I just have to make sure that this stays within the bounding box that I have. Okay. It's in front. Oh, we still have one more step to do. before we do any of the unknown. I mean, I can do the unknown stuff now. Wait, that's not. I know. Hold up, I'm ready to do an ore. I don't need to go look. I do not need to go look. I do not go look. I am smart. That did not place how I wanted. I'm still within the banding blocks. I need to raise those extra walls up apparently because I can't tell. There we go. Cool. It's in the bounding box. Okay. So this, I'm assuming I probably have a not attached to it, right? Yeah. Well, an inverter. So that requires this, which requires this. One more lamp. It's like, I know where a lamp is faster than you will find it there. And it's like, yeah, yoink. Okay, I need a thing to reroll these, which means I need a double pulse to pulsate that. I do not pulse the actual thing. I need to wire this in somewhere else along the line. Let's not touch the game start. Let's not be done, which actually means I probably want this to spawn off the other side so I can pulse it in that direction. Let's minimize how much redstone we were just using there because I'd rather not waste a metric ton. That's not that. I need inheritor. There we go. Okay, I need to connect this up to this line real quick. I think I need to do a few things. One, we need one of these. This where's the other one? It's literally, I did both wrong. Cool. Right, that. So when this is on, it does not need to do anything. Okay, so when this is on, it doesn't need to do anything. Which means that I need this to be flip-flopped. But when this is then off, this will be on, turning this on, turning that on. But if it doesn't change again, we will have a problem of it will stay in an off state. Which means we need a thing here, this here, that then gets value. Hold on, let me connect this up. Hopefully that goes through. Hopefully that's enough power. We'll find out in a second, I guess, right? So then, hold. We're going to break the line. I don't think I actually want to break the line there, do I? I want to break the line here. I need to give myself enough time that it pulsed, that can fully exchange. Which means we either do an etho hopper clock, or the world's most famous way of doing redstone, which is... Oh wait, but this is always... I'm pulling from the wrong spot. That's another thing. So do I think that this gives enough time for the clock to reset? Which I do think I can use a not repeater, a target block, and it will fix that. But You know what? Give me extra time. Give me extra 4 ticks between... Yeah, I think I actually get 2, because I can think I fit now. So the question becomes, does that last long enough that it would have a valid solution and leave it, or do I think that this needs more time? That's kind of a thing of I need to press this button and figure out how long it takes for it to register over there. So let me do this real quick. I did nothing, right? That was a fair bit of time. Do I think that this is long enough? I'm gonna disconnect that from that, and I'm all sense. I did nothing. I see why. I see completely. I need to double check this logic again. This is off, which means it's a nothing. Broken. Is that to reset? I think that resets it, right? Hold on. I don't think that actually resets it. I think I was in the wrong spot. I think I was right the first time. That does nothing. So I was right about needing it here, which means I definitely don't have enough time with this. I know another way to create a hopper clock. That means this needs to be this. This needs to be this. Giving myself a giant platform to work with. I need comparators, which need... What more? Oh, I don't want you to go in there. Hold on. Stop. There. Valid things are now possible. It's this signal through that. Okay. Valid signal is possible. Nothing should happen. Oh no, it's impossible. That's not what I wanted. Cool. That does not work for what I thought it would. Okay, we reset all of these. Oh no, a game's not valid. Let's see how long if this. I think it's long enough. I. It's like right there. It will be. It requires a test. It literally will require a test to test it and see. And that doesn't break any restriction. But currently, this has no way of knowing if there's a valid player on the board. So there is a way to test this with if it keeps reloading valid ones properly. And that is force load a impossible one, right? Those need to be blocked, and these. I need to go around and make sure that. So that is marked as impossible, which is doing that. Cool. We know it works. A little annoyed those are offset, but so be it, I guess, right? About it. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Okay. Um. So now we need to pull information from these to those. Which do I need this orange line? I do not. Means that we need to pull the value from here down to these. I think the best way is from here? Maybe. Each one of these is going to have their own way down. This goes there. Actually needs to go into the backside of it, so we got that real quick. This needs to there. Yeah. I'm just using repeaters. I think it should be fine. I don't need this block. Cool. Or redstone being used. Oh, I forgot about that problem. Possibly needing... That one's got the knowledge that it's partially blocked. Wait, did they both? They both do. But I think you can see the thing I'm concerned will happen. I can move this forward one more. I'm going to do this. Because I don't want to deal with the possibility that something... Like, I know we're getting it from the furthest one, so it should be fine, but let's not play that game of, it should be fine. This then becomes that. So each one at the beginning needs to have one of those. We're over to this one. I'm going to disconnect this. Otherwise, this will keep going off in the background, and I don't want that. I do not feel like losing my sanity. Okay, so we once again need a pull from here, which should literally just be the same thing we just did. That's the wrong. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to the fact I'm only once. Readers in the back. That. There. This will hopefully set it up so that we can find if it actually gets ever a valid solution. If this never gets a valid solution, I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Where's yours? Up here again. It's gonna be so embarrassing if this never hits a valid solution. I'm all thinking that, this will work. Just you wait and see. I've made the best system possible. And I hit a dead end. It's more like what's gonna happen. Almost to what I have planned for the day. Okay, we almost have 4 of the 20 done. We're almost a fifth of the way there. I think this is 4, right? That's already off to a bad start. What? Did I connect this properly? I did not connect this properly. I think this is the easy section on top of that. So, this doesn't require too much brain power to... But soon we will get to the complex ones, right? So this one, for example, that's easy. Actually, they might all be easy. They might straight up just all be following the exact same thing, which means I could probably copy-paste this. You know, I might try that in a second. I might just try that in a very split second to make my life not completely miserable. It's there. Okay, so how do I need a copy-paste? I need a copy-paste from this spot here. I need that, and I then do here. So this one needs to be rotated. And if I rotate it, will it pull from the right spot? On top of that, it's one of those that I mentioned I would have to swap because the rotate did not do it. It too. Should work, right? Command V, in this menu first. This down into place. Press Enter. Press Shift. And then I update you through the redstone by breaking it. You decided to delete the block. That's an easy fix. Or hopefully not a headache of work. I think that makes it go quicker. So this is one where we want the top to be how it is. Top is always what we copy. That's not the direction I want. And then hopefully it's just as easy of a... I don't think it's gonna be exactly as easy. I don't think we actually can copy paste this one because I think it's gonna paste it the wrong way. So we have to do this one. That's a lot tighter spots, but it still fits. There, and give me a quick second to figure out how to wire this so I don't have to... There we go. There we go. As I was saying, that fixes a lot for us. Top is the one that we want to do, which means that we actually have access to our clone. That's like a flight. There, and then we can here press this and have access to this. Slightly annoyed that it's going to probably delete this again. I just let's just update it. I think every single one is currently blocked that we get done. I think we've had a single one that's not blocked. So that's a fun little probability thing that I was definitely expecting. I'm not upset about it in the slightest. I don't know why I'd be upset that my thing that requires probabilities to work has decided that it's just gonna do it. How did I do this? This. It's that. Go. We're 9/20ths of the way there. It's a long. I need to turn my fan on. Give me a second. Okay. There we go. Dying of heat over. Top is the one we base it off of. In here. Give me. This is the modified one. Oh, I was right the first time. This one's gonna... Oh, it's not blocked! We have our first one that I think's not blocked! It's a miracle! Ah. I'm this is interesting to see how many times this has to run before it finds a valid solution. And if it... What? Okay, that's interesting. Does that mean this one like on top of each other? It does. Okay. So this is, once again, another unique one. Making where cloning is physically impossible. This, though, still. That... It always gets me. It always likes to troll me. Top is the one we base it off of. This is so much easier than the other one. I'm so happy that we actually got the other one working first, because... How? How are they mirroring? We're more than halfway at this point? I got no clue. I think we are. I should just copy pasted these. Get me. How much time have I spent doing this? I was like, I can get this done in record time. I mean, we're almost there. What I have plans, so that's already off to a bad start. What am I... The amount of disgust I had in my wheelchair there was hilarious. Or the fact I simply decided that I was doing something slightly different. I mean, it doesn't make that big of a difference, but it's how the other ones of that type are, so... Similarity. I want to do it that way. I can paste this one. Where's my pasting tool? It's like, just command me. What am I doing? Is that right? Hold on, I need, so I can see where things are landing. That's right. I was like, that doesn't seem right where it is. Wait, do I copy the base? Because if I copy the base, I just need that. Enter this. I do copy the base, which means I still need to move this forward one. Oh! That's off by one. There we go. Okay, that... This one is a backwards facing one. Have to move it and do it by hand. I'm sure I could do it where I do all of the similar facing ones first, then move on to the next, and keep going in that order. I just want to do it this way. I just want to go in the order so I don't make a mistake and miss something. Problem with that, go ahead and do this yourself. Make your own. Like to see how easily you find to do this. Even after a tutorial. You basically have a tutorial of how to make one of these. The doors, I do wish you the best of luck on. Those completely helped me. And I have plans to make a bigger one because I thought of another way to make one that still does not abuse chunk loading. And this is proving that as long as I am smart in how I do things, I can. There. There. Yeah, we might see a one that's almost 4 times the size of this one at some point in the future. We might. Also, doors might be better than what they currently are. Because right now, we're kind of hoping and praying that they kind of just work. This is facing the other way, so I need this. Stairs, stair, stair, boom, boom, boom. Oh. Ah. We only have 2 more rows of doors to do. Only 2 more doors. No, 3 more rows. So I have this row, this, and that. That. Oh. Wait. I have all those left to do. Why is it saying 20? I have 40 doors. I'm not even halfway yet. I have 2 more doors before I'm halfway. I think I could copy paste, but I don't want to risk breaking anything. How long have I been streaming for? Hold on, let me check this real quick. 2 hours. Spooky. We're not ending until we're done with this. At least I hope to do that. If I have to go do stuff, then on my hands, but my goal is quite simple. Why did I break the top one? I literally said the top ones are the ones that are supposed to be. Okay, this is pulling from that side, which I don't think. Yeah, I don't have one of these built yet, so I need to do it side real quick. Not mistaken. All of them are this side, which means there's a very quick and easy way of doing this. If I'm not stupid, which because I actually do cherish my time, we're gonna copy paste this. Also, going to cut it getting power so that we don't load it in. More work for me to do. Doing this quick, effective. Place that redstone so it does not just randomly break, because that would be stupid. And I could so see myself doing something like that. Okay, we need to go here. We paste, and we now need to slide this right. Up one more. Copy paste. Broken redstone. I also need to fix that. Where was I? This one. Did I just paste it in wrong? I pasted it in wrong. It's because it doesn't line up. It doesn't line up. You mean it doesn't line up? It lines up. Oh no, it literally lines up, so that's why. No, sometimes it's not worth taking a shortcut in life. Sometimes you just gotta put in the hours. Okay, that puts us halfway. I I really need to figure out how to get back into. Oh, do it. No, no. I don't know what the key is to get access to the menu where I can make myself capable of going through blocks. It would make my life so much better. I wouldn't be hitting my head every time. I could just fly through it. Later. Okay. This one is staggered, which means I don't know why this is a thing where you have to it suppresses updates changes like that, but it does. This is literally just this one, but this is either way I'm having to do it. I just gotta make sure that this actually broke anything. This will be how I test it now. That forward. Here. Now we need to update that line. Fix the faces of these and double check this up here. Cool. I know the rest up here got messed up. Alrighty. Means we're on to this line, which means once again, it looks like copy paste. Fine. This one we can't because it's mirrored across the way. Maybe I can with rotation. Hold on. Hit you 180. Figure out where you are so I can line. That tells me right there I can't. Cool. So, missing my hand. I think I should have figured out from the fact that it literally requires a different build plan, but you know, always worth trying. Close. This is another one I can mirror. Because I'm facing off the top ones, which means that just works. I'm going to double check the redstone now because I don't want anything breaking. Mainly because that would be a giant headache to fix. This is just being done. Okay. We have 2 more rows. No, 3 more rows. Come on. Oh, this takes forever. But it's so worth it. Bro, I'm in creative. I could only imagine if I had to do this in survival. I go crazy. And I plan on doing this in survival at some point. So I'm sure that will be a fun little time for me. I definitely plan on getting a lot of farms set up before I ever attempt something like this. I'd have to have farms for redstone, honey, slime, bartering farm for all the quartz I would need. I would need to do this again. Okay, so it's once again a broken one. I don't know how this happened, but it did. I don't know why I just started doing that all of a sudden, but that one, whatever. But yeah, we'd have to get a lot of farms. Frog lights for starters. I want to make all my redstone on frog lights, but when it gets to be this complex, you kind of need more than one wire color. So, well, frog lights do have 3. I don't think 3 is enough. I'm gonna be honest. I do really think that I need a lot more than 3 to be able to do it. And you might be asking why frog lights? Why not some other block like aka wool? A pretty easy to get item. Frog lights just provide light, which makes it where creatures are a lot harder for it to spawn on. And while they shouldn't be able to spawn on it, because most of the blocks should be covered in redstone, I have gaps like this where there is no light source or nothing preventing them from spawning. So, yeah, I always have that chance, and I don't feel like dealing with it. So yeah, light blocks are pretty good for that, in my opinion. And frog lights are just one of the easiest ones to collect a lot of. So, why are you missing this? I straight up don't know why that was missing that entire section that. Yeah. Got that. Got that. 2 more rows. 9 more in total, that means. Crazy enough to do it. Can I do it before 5 is the question. For me, it would be 5. Very soon. What? Minutes? Might say that that's not that much. Like, that's a fair bit of time. At the same time, I still have to make 9 of these. I make a fair bit of mistakes. I seriously am happy with how that is sometimes. Let me through the gap. What are we doing? This one I can paste? Up. I'll see if I use this paste tool, it makes it a lot easier. But there's always the chance that I actually break something. Like, maybe it shuts off the flying machine. Never know. It could completely break it like that, and I would be so messed over. Okay, for this one down here, can't use it because this is the option. Oh, have 7 more. Another one that we can copy paste, so let's gap. I keep pressing enter instead of shift. I don't know why my brain is doing it. This cannot be so this set one. I don't know why sometimes I try and other. It's just how I am. Ready. We have any of these line up? Or are they all staggered the same way? They're all staggered the same way, which means once I get one set up, I have everything set up. Okay. There. Okay, I should now be able to just copy paste these over. Means I need to grab the block here, which will do this. Toolbox. Grab that. And see. Out of this. Every time I'll have to break that block now as well, but that'll be it. Just that way, and should line just right with me. That block. Break the redstone. Double check this is still working properly. It is. Give them back their blocks, and on to the next one. That was not what. It likes to mess around with me. So I think that's just right, right? No, it is not right. Okay, this is telling me that something's not working here, and that's just a that. 8. And get out of this mode. Why is that? Oh, because it staggers the other way. Is that how this one is? Why are you the one staggered? Whatever. Then I can paste it over here. Cool. And all we have left is this one, which we're just going to do by hand. I made a mistake. But it's an easy fix. Alright, it is now completely connected, which means after we reconnect this, that will tell us that there is no valid solution currently. It should have just re-rolled the doors, which it did. Alright. Re-rolls it again. No valid solution. That one all the way in the back. I think it's like just on time, but it's like, do I want to be okay with that close of a potential roll? I don't know. I might want more delay just in case. And now we just have to wait for it to get lucky and get us a roll. Which honestly right here is an impossible one. Wow, this is gonna take a minute, isn't it? I would much rather this not be. Again, impossible instantly. Oh, we have potential for it? Nope. We hit Roblox instantly. Come on. Okay, Roblox instantly again. This is so hilarious. Come on. Okay, we're getting a lot more access now. That could be possible, right? Maybe it wasn't. Okay, I need to put a stop this real quick so I can increase this. So I'm not a fan of how close it is to that stopping. There's a chance that it's never doing it good enough. Means I need to increase this by, what, that much? already going to add more delay. If I need it, I have now an entire row I can easily add delays, so. This might get upgraded to Etho Hopper Clock. We will see. So this is now, like, super expensive. This is a lot of redstone and a lot of stone. 6 isn't bad. That's probably getting swapped out. Ever enter system. Set it. I guess the only thing we have now to do while we wait for this is to fill this in and see how long this actually takes, because... Yeah, that's gonna take a minute. At least. So that's telling me I need to rethink these probabilities or the door mixer. Because I can make it a 50-50 with an item filter that says open versus not open. Open versus close. And if it opens, then since the redstone signal, I don't know if I can get it to fit in the footprint, though. Minute. Can I do this? Not like we have anything to fear with time. Sorry, it's called lime. Is there a better tool for this? I feel like there has to be a better, right? Oh, is modeling actually going to be better for this? Sorry, it's not letting me pick. Kind of is good. I'm not 100%. Again, it's called lime. Answer to that's going to be no. Cool. Placing by hand. Another reason to place by hand is I don't actually feel like messing with making them not work. So working on it. It'd be real fun if I added in this 50-50 and it does not work. And I am stuck adding in forced paths. Like this, from a theoretical standpoint, this does work. It also might just work in a better way of walls are constantly moving. Which means I did a maze solver just for the fun of it. So I need to figure out what the plan is for that. Because... yeah. Oh. So I put that in the wrong spot, which means I tear out. I have a feeling this is probably never going to find a valid solution. I need to be at least 2 blocks tall and then... not that, but oh well. Definitely have a lot more delay than I need, but I think that's fine. Let's be the room color then. This is almost instantly impossible. So... maybe add in a randomizingness to it and just make it part of it where you're not guaranteed the possibility to even leave this. It's just you start a game and then you're stuck waiting, hoping that the luck is on your side. Making it where I should make these then probably 50-50 instead of what I just did of making it 1 in 25. But oh well, that's a easy fix, right? I'm not changing in this, that. But if I wanted someone to play something, I kind of need to do that. Are we to modify containers and only containers from one type to another type? Yeah, I still haven't found a solution. Ah, this will suck if there's no, like, honestly, the problem is the fact that I have 2 doors that I need to take into account, which makes it where the opening and closing is probably a better system. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how long a delays would be. Like, these rooms are not big for a sifting maze to take this amount of time that I currently have. If I was to shorten it down, then yeah, that should be fine. Right? Okay. Those are gonna bound to stay up. This is the most likely door to open. Like, you get jump boost, it makes it where it's no longer a challenge. You get over this, get past that, just like that, you are locked in it. Spawn room again. Can I run through more? Is tick warp a thing? No, tick warp is not a thing. And I don't feel like pushing my luck with freeze and then speed through a whole lot. I mean, we've done it. From a technical standpoint, we have done it. From a gameplay perspective, it seems like you'll be waiting a very long time. This is why I was like, I kind of need this maze solver to make sure that there is actually the possibility of getting out of rooms. Oh, that's valid solution? No. Get stuck there. Stuck there. Through. Can't get through there. You can get through here. Go this way. This way. Get stuck again. I think the shifting maze might be the play. Um, on a shorter timer than this, which means that this entire blue line was a waste of time, along with that. Just give me a working solution. I want to run one of these. It's so annoying. I'm gonna go through and put my floors in, I guess. I think this is actually where... Is there no quick... There has to be a quick one. Come on. Like, why is this not just fill? The block I have, which for this needs to be cyan. I want you to not replace, I just want you to fill things. If I do modeling, I can do it, right? Keep existing, yeah. I guess I can actually probably do. Oh, but is there an air gap beneath? Back to doing it by hand. Still no solution found. I think I need to do a sifting maze. For what I have, I think it's required. We'll see. Do that. Hold on. That lets me fill it in a whole lot quicker. Try placing it here so I have less. Needs to be yellow. Cool, I can at least get a bunch of the floors in. Super quickly. Hate moving around in this still. So I'll probably make a clone of this and do one where the entire point is shifting maze and have someone run it. I'm sure I can get Denair to at least run the shifting maze one. And if this ever hits an actual one, I can have him do it. Of course, I can also always go ahead and set an actual working one up. We also actually don't know for a fact that it actually does work. Like we believe that this system that I built works. It could very well be bypassing 100 that are working, and I have no way of knowing it. And I have the shifting maze only work while the game is actually being played. Ah. Okay. Still's going. What if I stop it and make one that I know for a fact works, just to test and make sure that this is actually doing what I think it's supposed to be doing? Because currently, I have no faith. That's now being set up to say that there quote-unquote is a working. Not what we want. We're going to create the most basic, guaranteed way through. This opens. This opens. I told you. Guess it was down already. I should put it up. Just need the top one up. Bottom one. Lamp is instantly lit, by the way. So you remember how I said that there's the chance that I did something wrong? Yeah, we just saw that in action. Cool. We don't have an actual... Yeah, figure out what I've done wrong, but it requires this to be in the mode I need it, so I don't need to reset these again. I was like, this seems weird, like... Oh no. Oh, thank you. Okay. Why? Those are closed. Oh! Hold on. Take a guess. Oh, these are off? Why are you... Let's go to my small model real quick. Small model is best model. Okay. So this opens. Redstone lamp turns on. It reignites, giving it another pulse, turning it off. Why did that not happen up here? So, remember I said I'd probably have to go through and reset these if I wanted to ever have them all closed. I need to look at their thing and see if they are supposed to be on or off. So this is supposed to be an off lamp. See this? Cool. Those are both off. Those are both off. This should have both of these offs in it. Yes. I don't know if it's the pulse thing is too quick, but that's why I have it like that. Okay. You should be getting that something, there is a valid solution now, right? Oh, signal from yellow. Why is that? Okay. Why is the green not doing it now? Oh, I know why. Hold on. We never had this done. I'll go back to this small model because I need to remember how I did this. I need to be sending a signal. Which I actually starting to think I don't need this to be reading because... Gee, I wonder if we'll ever get a signal from this. Hold on. Wait, one more spot we need to do this. So I think I actually can fix that redstone ever so slight. This is a slight annoyance. Hi there, red line. I need you to do a little thing for... I'll do this for the time being. Pretty confident in what I'm about to say. I think that I'm probably gonna have to go back and remove some of this because I don't think it's actually working how I think it's supposed to be working. You might actually be able to get false positives. Solvable or solvable. A lot more than I think. So this should now just be working. There is a solvable case. I need to go through first and double check all these lanterns because they decide that they're not going to behave. That's correct. Are all the walls down on that one? Correct. One of the lanterns should be on, and it needs to be the one that is for the big wall. Yes. Big wall lantern on. Yes. No lantern should be on for this one. Said no lantern. Nope, never mind. Small walls. Small wall lantern should be on. Correct. Big lantern wall. Yes. Small lantern wall. Yes. What if I go in spectator? Hold up. This makes it so I can go through blocks. Okay. Small for this. Correct. None for this. Correct. Both for this. Correct. Need none for this. Both for this. Both for that one. Correct. This one needs big one. That requires small, which is on. This one is saying that the big wall is up. This one has none on, which is okay. If you can't tell, that's me being sarcastic. Because obviously something went wrong since the lamp that is supposed to be on is not on. First block. I want to put the small walls down. And I want to fix that turn. Both should be on. Small lantern should be on. Big wall is on. Saying both is on. Big wall should be on. Should be on. This one's saying big wall is on. I think that's big wall, right? Big wall's on. Okay, so I need to reset. Checking some stuff real quick. What am I doing? What's causing it? Is this delay the thing that's causing it? I'm pretty sure I found what the cause is. I'm willing to bet it won't delay now. Watch. Oh. That should be well. Now it's messed up again. Fully messed up if I'm not mistaken. It's why? How and why? I need to turn my finger. Why are you breaking sometimes and other times not? This is sending a pulse twice is what's happening. So that's why I have these on long, because I need to stall that pulse out. But is it not long enough? Okay. That's first off messed up. If I do this, but still during that time when it will be able to fly, I'm assuming it gets messed up, right? Yeah. Okay. From a theoretical standpoint, that's because it was going too fast. I also need to figure out where I am. Either going that way or this way. I think it's this way. So, I know what the problem is. I'm curious to see if it's fixed by itself or not. This one is the small walls. This is the lights should be on. Both walls are supposedly up. And this one is. Okay. There is still that solution, which is true. Let's randomize and see how long this takes for it to do. Now, I kind of forgot that this is a way it is. Instantly impossible. Again, instantly impossible. There's no way it not reroll. Again, it still is impossible. I don't need to look through this. I can tell instantly. Okay, we have opening, freedom, and then blocked off instantly. Okay. Reroll again, please. Instantly impossible. I literally need to sit here and see if I can find one. Oh, we have openings. Okay. Okay, and instantly blocked off. Give it some time real quick. Okay, we have another path. Look, it's blocked off by that. Okay, we have now multiple paths to pick from. That way, it get both instantly blocked off. Alrighty. We're really just trying to hope for this to roll properly. Both are blocked off. We can't even leave the spawn room. We can leave the spawn room and they just stay in the other two rooms. Okay, we can go this way. Go this way. Go this way. Go this way. Roll it again. Or I could solve it. But I'm assuming it was right. And this is... We get stuck. Okay, instantly getting stuck again. And you're stuck again. This is not a good rate. This is really not a good rate. This isn't even that big. Think about it, it's not even that... Imagine if I had more doors. Okay, we have escaped this way. But you get stuck instantly. If I knew how to make it so I could just guarantee it every time, I could go back and say, oh, this set here needs to get changed so that you can get through to the door. I could do it, but... Here. Basically impossible again. Those back there aren't doing anything. There we go. Blocked. I'm just gonna do this the second I see that everything is done moving again. I want to activate this the second things move. Like, might break. So I have to wait for the big walls to move. That was the worst timing I have had. I swear things... There, freeze. I don't know if it's I missed it and it sent the signal or what. Just roll and give me one that I can actually solve. Don't change any of those. Just change this one and that door over there so I can walk through. Please. I don't... Like, look at that. It's doing a... Things are starting to become weird. Oh, Quix is in the... MC is in the chat. That looks... Well, very confusing, lol. I mean, it is and it isn't. I'm right now kind of just annoyed that I've been running this for I don't know how... Why is things launching at the wrong times? Everything's launching at their own time. This is... Hold up. We have to reset this. Let it just die out. Oh, because it somehow got... Why do you have multiple pulses in the chain? How did you... But yeah, currently it's... Insolvable. Is what I keep getting as my answer. We need the small walls to go down. But yeah, technically it's close. I might be changing it from a set maze to a constantly sifting maze because I am very close to giving up on this. I need this one now. I said take this one down. Come on. Why are we behaving the way we are? Okay, your torch is now messed up, isn't it? Alright, we have a guaranteed path to freedom. Should not break. Alright. No signal getting launched. I don't know how it... I've got no clue how it did the double signal pulse thing. I probably definitely need to look into that. Oh, I know what happened. It was a valid solution. Turned it off, but then it mixed it and it... Okay. That's why I don't mess with things midway through it unless I do things like that. I'm gonna keep working on this and figuring out if a constantly sifting maze is better than this, because currently the time for this is probably 10 plus minutes, and I don't think people want to do a run that takes them over 10 minutes to get into, and probably won't last more than 5 minutes. So I think changing it to a constantly sifting maze, while not what I was after, will still make it interesting. And I don't need to worry about that headache, which means I can also then remove this blue line, which is so fun. So fun. Which means I will change this to be a while this is on, it needs to send a pulse every now and again to re-randomize the doors. Which means I also don't need this system. Which means I can get rid of all of these observers, which makes the build a lot cheaper. And less tick-worry and less breaky of redstone. Because look at this, there's nothing open here, and something is supposedly open. So I think that's another problem I'm having right now. It's probably skipping actual solutions. Granted, I've yet to see one. Because that's double-ticking and changing that. Because I'm using observers. So yeah. We're going to end it here. We have a fair bit of progress, but I think we have to alter course to be a sifting maze instead of a guaranteed maze, which I can play with the idea a lot more and add in the exits to be sifting, which would be really funny if you make it to the exit and are a block away and it closes in your face. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe if you subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like if you enjoy. I will see you all in the next stream.